Yes, guys, today we are going to discuss something very important on our farm. Because, most farms are really closing and they don't know the problem area. Guys, I told you that the most factor that leads to our failure when it comes to poultry business, it is what we call ignorance. Ignorance. Why ignorance? Because, it is very dangerous to always do something that you don't know, that you actually don't know. Because through ignorance, you are risking your business, taking risks, which you actually did not calculate. We encourage you guys to take risks, but take calculative risks. Never take risk that you have not really calculated. Yes, and people start poultry business when they actually are very blank about this business. So ignorance is the major cause of failure when it comes to this business. But today, guys, I am going to explore one of the major factor or one of the major practice on our farm that will lead to your success if at all you follow what I am going to give you. We are going to explore about record keeping. How do we really keep records on our farm? If you don't keep records, how will you know that your business is really thriving or it's making losses? Now, when it comes to record keeping, guys, let me first greet you. My returning subscribers, I really greet you. This is Brian Chirabo, Smart Farming Uganda. And if you are new on this channel, I also welcome you on our channel. Please feel free to join this Smart Farming family because we are here enjoying our teachings. People enjoy these lessons on this channel. Yes, most people are really witnessing that they have found a very good, channel when it comes to poultry business. So guys, what are you waiting for? Join us immediately so that you can so you can enjoy this channel. Just subscribe, make sure that you follow and turn on the notification. Whenever I upload a video, you will be the one to receive the notification and watch or enjoy the video. So guys, we are on record keeping. Guys, why do we really need record keeping? Because as I told you, that if you do not have records on your farm, that means you are moving to what we call unknown destination. Unknown destination. Yes, all businesses, be it poultry, be it any other business, even if it's not agriculture, even if any other business, you are in a boutique, you are in a shop or a sale, guys, if you don't have records for your business, I assure you, you will never see success. Yes, and you will not know how you are really performing because you are just moving to an unknown destination. You don't know where your business is really going, and by the time your business will crash, you will not know. Why? Because you haven't been following record Z, so you will not know when the business will crash. So these records will help us to lead our path. Why? Because they work as a compass direction. They are like a compass direction, which directs our way. We just look through the records, read through the records, and see whether I am really progressing or I am backsliding. And once I know that I'm backsliding, therefore, what will I do? I will make sure that I discover the problem area. Once I discover the problem area, I will solve the problem, because we say that problem known is a problem solved. But you cannot solve any problem that you really don't know. How will you know the problem when you do not have records? That means if I have my records, I follow them very well. That means I will know the problem area basing on my records. And there, I will solve that problem. Remember, the first step to healing is to accept that you are sick. But how will I know that really my business is sick? Because even businesses fall sick. They may not have malaria or whatever, but they fall. We have what we call business sickness. When you have a sickness in your business, maybe it is management, maybe they are your workers, all those are, sicknesses that we have in business. Therefore, it is the record keeping that will help us to know the sickness that we have in our business. Why? Because it helps us to diagnose. We have what we call diagnosis. diagonizing your business. Through record keeping, you check through the records and see where is the problem area, where is my sickness, why am I retarding, or why am I backsliding? I used to thrive, I used to be successful, but my business is really not performing very well. Then you go back to the records. They will help you to know the problem and solve it. And later on, you will progress or you will go back to the highway. So guys, that is record keeping. Now, let us first define what is record keeping. What is record keeping? I know you are writing somewhere. That's why I always give you full details. I want to give you full details so that you can write them down. Please get a pen, get a book. Do not trust your head. Because whenever you trust your head, our heads really forget. We can forget. Why? Because you put in a lot of information every day. You know, you watch a lot of videos on YouTube. You can watch around 10 videos a day. You know, so by the time you finish the 10 videos, that means whatever I told you in the morning, maybe you watched the video in the morning, you have already forgotten. But if you have written it somewhere, that means you just go back and revise your notes. That's why it is very important. Me, I always have my, I have my notes, I have my notebook. I call it a plan book. Let me show you that book. I call it a plan book. You see, this is my book. This is my book, plan book. Everything I just write inside here. I make my notes. Everything. So me, I do not trust my head. Everything. I have like 3 books like this. So do never trust your head. Please write somewhere. Now, what is record keeping? Record keeping is the act of keeping. This is the act of keeping track of, is the act of keeping track of history of business. Track of keeping track is the act of keeping track of records. Sorry, is the act of keeping track of history of a business, of a business, activities, comma, income, comma, profits, losses, for what? For future use. For future use. Guys, this is the definition of record keeping. It's the act of keeping track of history of a business, activities, income, profits, losses for future use. That is the definition for record keeping. Track. What is a track? You track. You go back and track from your record the history of a business, how your business has been performing in the past. Because you may be experiencing losses right now, but you go back and track, where did I really went wrong from your record Z? Yes, activities Z. What are the activities that really happens on our farm? Why are my birds are really falling sick? For example, you have birds which are falling sick. Every time your birds are falling sick, you will go back and check the activities. For example, vaccination. Because also vaccination is a record keeping. You have to keep the records for vaccination. You go and check, did we really vaccinate very well on that day? Who vaccinated those birds? You will know that, oh, we made a mistake here and here. Through keeping records Z, you will have access to the history of activities that were done on your farm. Maybe during that time you were not around. You will go back and track. Oh, that day I was not around. I did not supervise. Maybe they did not vaccinate. And they told me that they vaccinated just because I was not around. So you will know, oh, so these people did not vaccinate simply because I was not around. They lied to me that they vaccinated. Through record keeping, guys. And also, income is the track of income. How much money are you earning in your business? You will know that this month I have earned this amount of money. Next month I have earned this amount of money. For example, maybe this month you earned 2 million Ugandan shilling. Then the following month, you earned 1.5 million. Then you have to ask yourself, why? Why there is a difference of 500 Ugandan shilling? Where did I really went wrong? Why here I made 2 million, here I made 1.5, yet I still have the same birds? For example, they are laying layer birds. Why here I made 2 million and here I made 1.5? Where is the problem? You will track and see that where is the problem. Oh, here I made 2 million because I was consistent in feeding. Here maybe because our birds fall sick or whatever, maybe we change the feeds. So you will know so that you can keep track. Okay, and also profit. See, it is the record that will make that will tell you how much profits you are making, and also losses for the future use. You will also know the losses that whether your business is earning or not. You will know the losses through record Z. Actually, I was on TV. It was Urban TV by that time. I saw a certain farmer who was complaining. This farmer had she had a capacity of around 3,000 layers. Yes, around 3,000 layers. But time reached when she only had 1,000 layers. So she was backsliding. She was complaining the feeds are high, whatever. But through the interview, I knew the problem area. Yes, for me when I'm listening, I'm a very good listener, but I articulate. I know, oh, this way, she made a mistake here. She made a mistake here. But by the time she came back, she had already thrived. The business came back on track. Why? Because she knew her problem area. The problem area was on record Z. She was not keeping record Z. I analyzed the interview and I said, because whenever she could, she could want school fees, whatever, food, she could just take away money without keeping the record Z. She could not have record Z and anything. She just sells eggs like that. As I told you that most people in this business, just because, maybe they failed somewhere because she was working in Mulago Hospital and she did not actually, she started farming and farming brought in some good money. So she said, let me resign from my job. And she started farming when she doesn't know what she was doing. So she kept on selling eggs, enjoying money, but she did not have record Z. So she treated this business as a hobby. I told you guys, whenever you treat poultry as a hobby, I assure you, you are not going to thrive. You will not enjoy it and it will not make you rich. Why? If you treat it as a business, every business must have record keeping. That's why in Uganda, businesses are not growing. They are not succeeding because they do not have record Z. Through record Z, you will know whether you are progressing or not. So, by the time she came back on interview, she had gone back to the track. Why? Because in her interview, she said that she discussed with some farmers and one farmer told her that maybe the problem that you are facing, you do not keep record Z. So she started keeping records, whatever, everything. She said that everything now I write, whatever. If I'm spending this, I write it down, whatever. If I sell eggs, I write them down. And my business is now, going back to track. And I said, wow, that is very good. That is management. Record keeping falls under management. I told you that there are 3 major factors that lead to success in poultry. One is genetics or breeds that we choose to keep on our farm. Another one is feeding. If you manage feeding, you are good to go. Another one is management. In management, we have what we call record keeping. If you don't keep records, that means you are going to fail. Even if you have a very good breed, even if you have very good feeding, because you will not know the income, you will not know the losses, you will not know the expenditure. Why? Because you just spend extravagantly on your farm. That means management has already, has failed you. So these 3 things move hand in hand, guys. So this is our definition for record keeping. Now, why record keeping? Why record keeping is important? Yes. Why record keeping is important? You should know why you should keep your records on your farm. So guys, why record keeping is important? Point number 1, to monitor, we have to monitor the progress of your business. Yes, We keep the records in order to monitor our progress. Are we really progressing or not? That is the importance of record keeping. It will help you to know whether you are progressing or not. Which items we are selling through progress, we know which items are really selling. You will know that these items are really selling if you have a variety of them. You will know, oh, if I stock this item, it will sell more than the other. So you will know that, okay, now like next time I will just bring this item which sells. And also, what changes you need to make through progress, how your business is progressing. You will know the changes that you need to implement on your farm or in your business. So also, it helps you. Why record keeping is important? It helps you to organize, manage, to manage and access information efficiently and accurately at any time. Yes, so it helps to organize. What do I mean by organize? You will organize your business through record Z. You will know and organize your business. So it will help you to organize your business, to manage. Many people who do not really manage their businesses very well, it's because they do not have a track of records. But if I have track of records, I can manage my business. Even if I'm not on ground, even if I'm not around, through records I can manage my business very well. But most farmers are really cheated. You are cheated simply because you don't have records. For example, if your birds are really laying, maybe they are laying on 90% every day. 90%. If you do not keep records Z, you just do things like that. They may be laying at 90%, but your workers will be telling you that the birds are laying at 70%. That means they will skip the 20% for themselves and they sell it and get extra money when you don't know. That means they will be becoming rich on your farm when you actually don't know. And you'll be like, why the farm is not making money, yet we invest in a lot of money. Yet your workers are really stealing from you because you don't know the percentage at which your birds are really laying. But if I know that my birds lay at 90%, every time if there is any sliding, maybe today you told me that it laid at 85%, you have to explain that. Because yesterday I got 90%. Why today is 85%? I will make investigation, clear investigation, and through investigation, you will know that these workers have been really cheating you all this time. So, if you don't have records, I assure you, you cannot manage your farm. Never and never. It will never happen. They will keep on cheating you until you close your farm because you will not have profits. At the end of the day, all the profits will be taken by your workers. Yes, guys. For example, maybe you have goats. If you don't know the amount of goats you have on the farm, that means they will keep on selling these young goats. Whenever they give birth, they sell. For you, just maybe you think that you have a lot of goats, yet in actual sense they are selling your goats or cows, whatever. So it is the flow records that will help you to manage your workers very well. And they will know that you follow each and everything. They will not cheat from you because they know that you follow each and everything on the farm. Records. So that is why we need to keep records on the farm. Now, let's go to another point of discussion. Types of record keeping. Types of record keeping. Why am I giving you all of these things? I am giving you all of these things so that you can make good notes, so that you can have good records. So we have two types of records. We have what we call manual records and the computerized records. What do I mean by manual? The manual, you keep your records in books. Then computerized, you keep your records in a computer. Guys, all these have advantages and also disadvantages. I encourage people to keep their records manually. Yes, write them in a book. Why? Because our phones most of the time can get technical issues, or computer. You have your computer, the windows are really fading, you have virus on it, and you have to actually remove the windows and install another new windows. That means all your information will be gone. Or even if you have it on your phone, A phone can be stolen at any time, and if it's stolen, that means all your data has gone. But if you keep your records in a book, no one, you will always have access to your, to your that data whenever you need it. Maybe. So what do I encourage you? I encourage you, okay, you can have two records. You can have them manually and also computerized for easy access, because if you have it on your phone or on your computer, personal computer, laptop, whatever, anytime you can access it. Anytime you cannot move with a book, wherever you want to be, maybe when whatever. So it is important to have two records. Make sure that you keep the records in a book for safety, that maybe when I lose my data on my phone, I'll have it in a book. I'll just go back to the books. Also, so those are the advantages of having two records, either on a computer or on a phone, and also in the book. You always have access to them. Yes. So that's what you are supposed to do. Do not keep your records only on computer. No, that is wrong. Because by the time you will lose your computer or your phone, you will know the advantage of books. Most people think that books are no longer useful, but guys, books are useful to present day. So how to keep? Now I'm going to teach you how to keep. This is the main ingredient. This is the main ingredient. How to keep. How to keep. How to keep records. Yes. We were on introduction. Now, this is the main point or the gist of the matter. How to keep records. This is the main point. Foundation. We were building our foundation. But here, this is the main point. How to keep records on our farm. Number one, we start with infrastructure. Infrastructure. What do I mean by infrastructure records? Setting up our farm. We are building chicken houses, drinkers, whatever. All the requirements that we need. We have to keep a record of them. That is a separate book. This is a book for infrastructures. Keep a record of all the infrastructures that you put on your farm. Whenever you put, progress on your farm, whenever you build a new chicken house, make sure that you keep a record of it in the infrastructure book. Whenever you buy drinkers, make sure that you keep a record. Even if it's one, please keep it in the records. Whatever you buy on your farm under infrastructures, make sure you record this in the infrastructure book. That is book number one. Book number two, also have what we call Buruda records. Yes, Buruda records. In Buruda records, we shall have vaccination. In that book, you will record vaccination, how you vaccinated your birds. You will record mortalities. Mortalities. What do I mean by mortalities? Death. If you lose birds in the Buruda, whatever amount of birds that you have lost, maybe 5, 10, 15, whatever, write them in the records. We need to know the mortalities of your birds. Why? Because if you know mortalities, you will know the mistakes that you have done. Maybe you bought from a longo, supplier, from the longo breeder or hatchery. So next time you will not go back to that hatchery. Why? Because you just look into the records, or you did all the things that requires to have, to have good brooder, and the birds kept on dying. That means maybe you bought from the long hatchery. So next time you will not go back to that hatchery. You have to change another supplier. So through records, you will know vaccination, mortalities, feed consumption. How are your birds consuming feeds? Feed consumption, also you have to keep record of it. Also, costs, etc. You have to record all the money that you have spent on your birds in Buruda. That is a separate book. Number 4, book number 4 is what we call purity records. Purity records. What do I mean by purity? Purity, these are, youth stage. When our birds develop from this chick stage, they will go to growers mash or grower stage. That one we call it purity. They are youth. In human beings, we call it adolescent stage or youth stage. They are developing to become adults. This is what we call the period stage. Also, in period stage, we follow the same vaccination, mortalities, feed consumption, costs. That one is a separate book. So whatever stage we reach on, we have to have a book for that. Another book, we shall have a book called laying records. Now, when our birds start laying, we must also know here in laying records percentage. We have to know the percentage we are laying on. Our birds are really laying on. If it's 90%, keep it. Every day you have to record. Today they have laid 95%. Tomorrow they will lay maybe 91, maybe 82, whatever. You keep on recording every day. You keep on recording the feeds that you give them every day. You keep on recording the income that we sell our eggs every day. You have to record the profits that we make every day. All these must be kept. All these vaccination, all these must be kept in this book. Now, another book number 5 is the feeds. Feeds. You have to have a separate book for feeds. Make sure that you record all the feeds that enters your farm. Whenever you buy feeds, write it down. Whenever you feed your birds, write it down. Anything concerning feeds must have a separate book. Another book you must have profits. It is a separate book. So maybe you think that, oh, this is too much work. Yes, you have to struggle for you to get what you really want. You have to struggle. Nothing is for free in this world. You must pay a price for it. So if you want to thrive in your business, I know Ugandans tetwagala bintu bya tukoya era mugiraga bino bitukoya. You don't want to invest into something that you really want to gain. If you want to be successful in life, please invest in your success. You will never be successful if you do not want to invest. You always want comfort zone. I know most Ugandans really want comfort zone, but there is no growth in place of comfort. There will never be growth in comfort zone. You will never grow. So you are complaining in your heart, I know, that this is too much, man. Who can do that? I know you are complaining. I'm a Ugandan. I know my Ugandans. Do not complain, guys. Whatever you want to get in life, make sure that you pay a price for that. If you want poultry to be very good for you, and lucrative, you must pay this price every day. All the people who are successful in poultry, they have paid this price. But for you, you are failing each and every time, and you continue failing. Why? Because you do not want to pay this price. And it is what will lead you to success. All these things. So make a record of profits that you make on your farm. This is a separate book. Also, income is also a separate book. But you told us we should keep records, income in a laying records, whatever. No, this is separate. Laying records, percentage we are laying on, feeds that we are consuming, income that we are making, also profits. Yes, this is separate. Again, you have to have a profit book that is separated for profits alone, nothing else. You have to keep a record of the profits. That this week I made profits of this, another week this, like that, until the year ends. So by the time you sell off all these birds into off layer, you will know that these birds really made this amount of money. You will know. So follow these records. You have different, flocks. But you just go back and check your flocks and see which one performed very good, which one was the best, the best performance on my farm. And you will know through records. So guys, that is for today. Yes, that's what I have for you today. Please, if you are new on this channel, consider subscribing. Consider joining Smart Farming Uganda. This is a channel for everyone. This is a channel for learning agriculture, especially the poultry sector. This is a very good sector that you must really enjoy. See you guys in my next video. Please like the video, share, put your comments there, ask any question that you really feel you want to ask. I will answer it. Yes, actually I want to form a day for answering all your questions. Maybe we should start answering questions, I think, on Saturday. You will tell me any day that you wish. So just comment there, put a comment there and tell me which day should we give it for question and answers. Whatever you want, you just ask any question. I am very free to answer all your questions. See you guys in my next